Ben Poole here for Finextra at World Retail Congress 2014. Joining me now to discuss MasterCard's spending data and insight is Guy Cheston, Media Sales Director at Harrods. Guy, thank you for being here, and if you could tell me, how does the spending data from MasterCard impact your business?
Well, for any retailer, the key is about knowing your customer, knowing what they like, what they don't like, their consumer purchasing behaviour. So the insights that we've gained through the work we've been doing with MasterCard has really given us some very insightful information, which we can then match up with our own data and information and see where there's similarities and adjacencies. I think also from our perspective, it's really helping us target the marketing dollars in the right direction to ensure that we're wasting as little as possible. It's being very coherent and very purposeful for obviously our target market.
And what would your advice be to other retailers about how they can use this type of data?
Well, I think certainly for other retailers and retail in general, I think it's all about understanding, who your customer is, and I think any data that you can gain in terms of consumer purchasing behaviour can really shape the way in which you would actually communicate with that customer. I guess the challenge is really, how you absorb the data, how you perhaps look at that data and the way that it's used in terms of making it effective and marketable.
And what are the challenges of handling all of this data?
I guess the biggest challenge is deciding which bits of the data you want to focus on. Is it wallet? Is it frequency of visit? Is it really analysing how your shoppers and how the consumers shop versus yourself against the competition? In addition to that, whilst all of this data comes through in a really strong format, it's useless until it's actually used and taken internally and really sort of looked through and had our analysts working through in terms of then coming out with something at the other end. So one of the other things that we found incredibly useful is understanding the change in consumer behaviour and understanding this whole world of omnichannel. Clearly, with us being a luxury department store, very much a bricks and mortar, and how customers from around the world are changing their behaviour and the way that they shop. And of course, the data that we've gathered from working with MasterCard has shown that actually not everybody shops in the same way. So a certain nationality may have different shopping habits to, say, customers from Middle East compared to Asia or compared to North America. And this insight that we've gained, tracked over a period of time, has been incredibly useful for us.